what was the deciding factor in the thought process of coming back to school?
I think we kind of went into the whole process knowing what we'd have to have on the table for us by the 31st to stay in, and we didn't have that on the table for us. So, stick by the plan and decided to come back. I mean, this is a pretty great option. So, coming back to school will be a lot of fun and we'll have a great year.
What have you kind of learned from going through this process? How helpful overall was it to know what you need to improve on?
Um, I kind of honestly already knew what you had to improve on. I mean, you get feedback through people throughout the whole season, so I kind of knew what they were going to say already. But it was just a great experience getting to work out with other high level players and all that. And I think I got a lot better as a player throughout it, and I think that's the biggest thing to take away from it.
Is it bittersweet coming back? Like, do you wish the things you were looking for were available to you now because how badly you want to play in the NBA one day?
No, I know everything has its timing, and I know God's gonna put you in the right place at the right time. So this is where I'm supposed to be. It's where I'm supposed to be.
And Ryan, I know it was only a few weeks, and we kind of talked about this in the combine, but it felt like you kind of tweaked your form, and your shot maybe got faster. Do you feel like you're an improved shooter after that process?
Yeah, I think for me, for shooting, the next big thing for me was getting comfortable in live, like shooting, because it's different to shoot it in drill than when guys running at you, and I think that's something I got a lot more comfortable with throughout the whole process. We kind of drilled it more. It kind of encouraged me to shoot in live, even if I was missing some shots. So I think I got a lot better at that.
Did you let the emotion of how close you guys were to the Final Four in your mind during this process, or was it just business?
I think it was just business. I mean, I kind of knew like I didn't know exactly which way I was going to go, either stay in the draft or come back. So my kind of mindset throughout the whole thing was, go in there, work hard, have fun, enjoy the whole thing. And I think I did a pretty good job of doing that. So I didn't let any of the stress kick in and kind of affect me too much. I was just having fun.
And obviously, shooting now is going to be a big point for you this next year. How much have you and the staff talked about maybe infusing that into what you already do for them?
I mean, I know even last year I had the green light from Mac. I just wasn't completely comfortable shooting in live, like I said. And, Mac's an incredibly smart coach. He'll find ways to work it in the offense and just make it seamless. And so I trusted him. He'll find the right ways to make it work.
I know it's a few weeks removed, but you do return 3 out of your 5 starters. You do lose a couple in R2 and Art. I mean, how much did that kind of hurt? But on the flip side, how much do you welcome the newcomers in Ashworth and Trey?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Nemhard and Art are great players, so we had our work cut out to replace them. But I haven't gotten to spend much time with Steven, but everything I've heard about him and the time I've spent with him has been amazing. I had a workout through the draft process with one of his teammates last year who said incredible things about him, and so I'm really, really excited to work with Steven as a point guard, and then Trout. I don't know much about him either. I saw him working out yesterday, and he looked really good. He was shooting it really good yesterday. But I'm excited to get to know all the new guys. I think first impressions have been good, and I just gotta get to know them better.
And we mentioned R2, obviously, you two have a really strong connection. What were the conversations like around the time he decided to transfer? Did you expect that at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any hard feelings to anyone who decides to transfer. I mean, they're gonna go be great wherever they're at. Like I told R2, I said, like, thank you for having 2 fun years with you, man. I know you're gonna be great wherever you end up, and he did what he thought was best for him. So I got no hard feelings to him at all. I think he's gonna be great at Gonzaga, and I hope it all ends up being what he wanted from it.
How much different was this offseason setup for you, given your physical condition, whereas last year you were kind of trying to get away from the knee injury, now you're healthy and ready. What's different about this offseason?
I don't know if I've had a normal offseason in any of my years because the first year was USA basketball, so I was doing different stuff. Last year was the rehab. This year I was doing the workouts when everyone else is resting, so now I'm kind of on rest while everyone else is starting workouts. But it's definitely nice to not have to go through the injury process. I mean, as any athlete, you don't never want to have that, but that's nice to where when you get the rest your body needs to be able to jump back into it like seamlessly pretty much and get after it.
Kind of set in that you're already.
Oh man, it flies by. But as Mac tells me, kind of when you're surrounded with good people, time usually flies by like that. It means you're having fun and enjoying the process. So it's a great thing. I've been extremely lucky to be at a place like this where I've had so much fun and loved it so much here that it flies by like it does. So I'm definitely looking forward to the fourth year. I mean, it's kind of weird being the senior, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
The two starters who are coming back with you, Baylor and Trey. I mean, what do those guys mean to you? What do you like about those guys the most, whether it be their game or their personality?
I mean, obviously from like on court, they're just super, super talented players. I mean, Trey from freshman year to sophomore year made a huge jump, and he's going to make another jump from sophomore year to junior year. And Baylor last year, you could see him getting more and more comfortable throughout the year with our offense and getting used to playing with everyone. That's just going to continue to get better. So that's going to be really, really fun going into this year. And then, off the court, they're just really good people. Just that's how Mac recruits you. He recruits really good people up all the way from first guy to 15th guy on the roster. So it makes for a fun time.
Was it hard to watch the national title game at all, knowing that team UConn you guys beat San Diego State, it was so close? I mean, obviously you guys are right there on the same level.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it. That would have been hard to watch, but I was like, man, I know UConn's a really, really good team, but like you said, we beat them once, split the season with them, so. And San Diego State possession away from beating them. But, those are two really, really good teams. They deserve to be there, but that was definitely would have been hard to watch.
Ryan, have you figured out how you're going to balance wedding planning and playing basketball?
I think I'm pretty useless with wedding planning anyway, so I think she'll ask for my advice here and there, but I'll be like, I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
Anything else for Ryan?
It's not a secret that you're not on social media that much. You did a plain tweet. Trey did a really cool draft. You did a plain tweet. What was the process like? Just you wanted to let people know that you're coming back?
Honestly, I wasn't even going to put anything on it. And then Coach Jalen called me and was like, we got all these people asking us like what you're doing. Are you going to put something out? Because I had told them like the day before. And I was like, I guess I'll put something out there, and just did that. I'm not huge on social media. I don't even run my Twitter, or it's not even downloaded on my phone. So, yeah, someone else posted it.
Did you enjoy seeing what Rachel put out and how much it made people question it?
Yeah, it was really funny to me. I just thought it was funny that when the first time someone said I was coming back, I was still completely like in the mindset of don't know yet. So I thought that was really funny that they did that, and I was like, Rachel should put something out there to mess with people a little bit. So it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
So many young athletes decide to go to the draft and they don't soak up this time. How important do you think it is to get every single ounce of college, because you're going to have your entire life to potentially play in the NBA?
Yeah, I think that was the great situation I had. Like a lot of people, whether they're out of eligibility or in the transfer portal or whatnot, they just don't know what college is going to look like for them if they come back. I have a great situation here. I love it in Omaha. I know my coaches are awesome. My teammates are awesome. So there was like no pressure on me to leave for the NBA if it wasn't the right fit. So that made it a lot easier. Number one, enjoy the process, and number two, just realize how lucky I have been to enjoy it since I'm coming back.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, you kind of see everybody's tweets, people kind of panicking and giving their 2 cents about what they think your future should look like, whether you come back or go. But it just got kind of hectic. People were talking about a couple of NIL deals that I've never even heard of. A couple guys were telling me that they already knew that I was staying in the draft. A couple guys telling me they already knew I was coming back. So it just got real hectic, and it was crazy, but it was a fun process. So it was fun to see everybody's tweets and what everybody thought about it. So it was cool.
Yeah, what's it feel like to know you got that much power over so many people?
I mean, I think it's just funny. I think it's just funny how people, like, I seen this one tweet. One guy was like, I can't believe I'm missing half of my daughter's birthday to see when Trey's going to announce if he coming back or not. And then it's like stuff like that is just funny. And like I said, it makes the process more fun. It's just real cool.
Yeah, and what ultimately was the deciding factor at the end of the day to come back?
For me, I think that it was obviously me playing for a program that was going to be highly touted again with me and Ryan Kalkbrenner coming back. And I just think that I had a little bit of unfinished business here. I think that for the fan base, I think that we have a lot more left in store. And I think that for myself, like, I can accomplish a lot more things this year than I did last year and be able to put myself in a better position in terms of draft position this year. So.
You guys proved a lot to people that maybe capable of it last year? What is the unfinished business?
I mean, just goals. I mean, everybody has goals for themselves. Right after the San Diego State game, I mean, me and Matt kind of just had a conversation about future of the program, future for me, future for everybody here. And, I mean, at that point, you never know what people are going to do. But, I mean, for the Creighton people, I feel like it's only going up from here. We got our first Elite Eight under our belt. Now we know what it feels like to be in that position. So just trying to make history again for the Creighton program.
Trey, after going through that process, did you kind of get the assurance you expect you're on the right career trajectory, doing the right things to ultimately reach that transfer?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, nobody's a perfect player. At the end of the day, there's things that people have to work on, and I mean, going throughout that process, that was my plan, was being able to get as much feedback as I can to see if I did come back to school, what I needed to do to put myself in a better position for longevity in the NBA. And so I was able to get good feedback, and then I talked with Coach Mack, talked with my agent, and then kind of went from there. And I mean, Coach Mack has obviously been here every step of the way for my college career, and he's been here to help me for my future. And so that's kind of why I was able to come back, and the decision was kind of easy at the end of the day for me, because I felt like I had a coach that was really willing to help me take my game to another level.
Do you expect to be more on ball a little bit more this year? Is that some conversation you had with combines?
Yeah, that. I mean, Mac had already told me this past year with R2 leaving that I was going to play the one a lot more, just because he felt like Ashworth was such a good shooter. Obviously, we have a lot more shooting than we did last year. We got Ashworth, Trout, who can stretch the floor, Mason Miller. Kalk's going to be able to shoot it. Obviously, we know Baylor can shoot from anywhere on the floor. So, I mean, for me, I feel like it opens up the floor a lot more for me, and as well for other guys, just because I feel like teams can't help off of us as much and be able to kind of help off of anybody. So I think that this year it'll definitely help me being on the ball more and being able to play around guys that really can shoot the ball.
I know there's a lot of differences between the NBA and the college game and how a lot of that stuff translates. I'm curious, as you watch these playoffs and more of these teams that have been successful,
Yeah,
late second rounders, undrafted guys,
yeah.
does it change your mindset about what the draft presents as compared to just maybe being a piece that can help somebody win?
Yeah, I think it's about all what you bring to the table, and also I think it's about the fit. Obviously, with the Denver Nuggets, Jokic was a second-round pick. He was a guy that, I mean, not a lot of people thought could be successful in the NBA because, I mean, he's slow for a big, not really athletic. But obviously, right now he's playing as the best player in the world. So, I mean, it's really about the way that you play the game and how well you fit in the system. And I feel like with guys coming in the second round, I feel like some of those guys are hidden gems for sure. I just feel like there's a lot of guys' game that translate in the second round instead of just going off of potential, which a lot of guys do off in the first round. So I think that the second round guys have guys that are kind of already well fit for the NBA. So.
With that being said, did you not really see any fit with some of the teams you were talking to in this?
I wouldn't say I didn't see a fit. I mean, just for me, it was kind of one of those things where you don't really want to get in a situation where you feel like you're going to be going back and forth between the G League and not really being able to help an NBA team. So, I mean, that was really the biggest thing for me. If without a guarantee that I was going to be on an NBA team at that point, because I hadn't fully committed to the draft process, it's kind of hard. So.
Skill set aside, how much does, you mentioned unfinished business earlier, how much does winning at this level and showing that you can, be part of a winning team culture, building it together, how much does that translate to the pro level?
I think winning translates to any level in any sport. I feel like people want winners on their teams, whether it be little league, middle school, high school. I think that guys that win, they just bring different things to the table. I think people that win are willing to do whatever it takes to win, and I feel like those are the guys that ultimately end up having some of the best careers, not just because whether you're good at scoring or anything like that, but guys that just really impact winning, whether you're a rebounder, defender, like play a role at the best of your ability. So I think the guys that are able to impact winning the most are the guys that are going to be on the floor. So.
It felt like there were a handful of guys on last year's team that were maybe hoping to chase the NBA coming this year. Now it feels like there's less of that. Does it make it maybe easier for you to make that jump or make such a big leap?
I mean, I think yes and no. I think that at the end of the day, I feel like the NBA talks come with us winning and me playing the way that I know how. I think that the leaps come with the work that we put in as a team and kind of how well that I kind of put my work into the game. Uh, I think that some people can sneak up. I think that we have guys that can play in the NBA in probably about 2 or 3 years. I feel like we have a lot of guys that can really impact winning for this program. And I mean, when you're playing on a high level and you're playing obviously in the Elite Eight, Sweet 16, things like that, NBA scouts are going to be able to see everybody. So I think that not even with my draft stock, but I think that with a lot of my teammates' draft stock as well, got a lot of guys will be able to come around and show what they can do at the end of the season.
Yeah, and obviously you were especially close to R2 and Art. Just what was the impact on you from their decisions back then and even now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with us being friends, like it hurt. I mean, those are guys that you've been here with since day one. You share rooms with them, talk about getting apartments with them this year, things like that. So obviously it hurt. I mean, but those are my guys. I mean, we talk every day. I mean, me and R2. They talk about his workout plan, him doing stuff with his brother. I mean, artists in LA with his agency and things like that. So I mean, he's still trying to figure out where he's trying to go, but I mean, it's cool to just see that everybody's doing their own thing and that everybody's trying to be successful. And I feel like at the end of the day, guys have to do what they feel like is best for them. And I mean, I can't be mad at anybody for doing that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's basketball, and I'll never let basketball get in the middle of anything like a friendship or anything like that. So.
Kalkbrenner's return to play any part of your season come back, or was it just an added bonus to come back and play with a guy like that?
I mean, yeah, I would say Kalkbrenner's coming back had a lot to do with it. I think that being able to play with a guy that really is your anchor on defense and being able to play with a guy that's the NBA big, I think that it shows, number one, that you can play with the NBA caliber player at the college level, and number two, that, I mean, kind of have to be the guy that locks down on the outside while he's locking down on the inside. So I think that it kind of played both ways, and I think that Kalk coming back definitely helped my decision.
How much responsibility is on you and Kalkbrenner and Baylor's plate now to get not only the freshmen up to speed, but the transfers and travel and Ashford up to speed before the season rolls around?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we all know the offense pretty well. I mean, Kalkbrenner's been in it for 3 years. I've been in it for 2. Baylor's been in it now that he's played a lot of minutes in a Creighton jersey, so he knows the offense well than anybody as well. So, I mean, for us, we're veterans at this point. I think that we all have a job to do, and I think that our job is to lead these guys into learning the offense, learning their spots and things of that sort, but also teaching these freshmen that your opportunity may come at any point throughout the season. So we're just trying to get guys to get ready for their moment, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about helping the guy next to you. So, I mean, that's kind of what we're trying to do is really build up that leadership role between the three of us and be able to take this team where we want it to be.
How do you approach this offseason? Obviously, you've kind of been going nonstop
Yeah.
basically since the season ended, and that's different than past offseasons. So how do you kind of go into this?
I mean, for me, I'm going to take a little break from basketball, probably for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, the pressure throughout the draft process is a lot mentally and physically, obviously. But I mean, just talking to my parents, talking to Mac, Jeremy, they think it's best for me to rest for a week or two. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And then after that, I'll get back going with it, going hard. But, I mean, the process is really just helping these young guys. I mean, we got to work out today. These next couple of weeks is really just helping these young guys and helping Isaac get incorporated, helping Steven get incorporated, helping J-Law get incorporated. Those guys just really getting them to feel more comfortable and feel at home. So that's my job right now, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. I did not watch the national title. I don't know. I just felt like it was one of those situations to where you see yourself playing in that game, and I think that it was hard to watch. So I really didn't watch it. I would peek at my phone and look what the score was. I kind of expected UConn they were dominant throughout the whole tournament, so I didn't really expect that to change, and that's kind of how they did it in the end. So congrats to UConn, by the way. They have a great coach and a great program over there, so we can't wait to see them this year.
Do you ever go back and watch the Elite Eight game?
I have once. I didn't watch the last play, but I watched the game. I just think that, like Matt kind of told us yesterday, he told us that it's hard to blame it on one play, and you know that officiating can go either way. Obviously, we were playing very physical throughout the course of the game, so that play caught a lot of people off guard. But when you think about it, we had, a 6-point lead going in the half. I feel like we just have to be able to close out games better in those type of situations. We shouldn't even been in that situation ourselves. And, I mean, obviously I put blame on myself, but I feel like everybody knows that they played a part in that. And I feel like can't really blame that on the officiating call. So.
Do you see yourself watching that game again before the season starts? Maybe you remember what it feels like?
Yeah, I mean, those type of games remind you of what it feels like to be in the situation of, and really for you to take every possession at a time. I think that people would kind of take for granted, like, how big each possession is and how big each possession impacts winning. I think that a lot of people just look at that game and see the call and kind of say that's the reason that we lost. But at the end of the day, like, real basketball players, they watch the game and they see where they could have been better in different spots and how they could have did something differently to where a guy doesn't score, where we get an easier bucket on offense and things like that. So
Anything else?
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
And I misspoke earlier.